Welcome to the English 131 WebQuest tutorial. This is Mr. Terrell, and I'll walk you through a small kind of run through of what to expect from our English 131 WebQuest. The introduction just kind of discusses what we're going to be covering, and it's going to be the book Night by Elie Wiesel, and he kind of just talks about in his book how he survived the Holocaust and his journey into kind of manhood. But what's so special about Elie Wiesel is he's very good at using tools such as themes, symbols, and character relationships in order to convey meaning, which is kind of what we want to look at and discuss. So I've also included in this introduction page a link to Amazon.com where you can buy the book online, or if you want to travel to a bookstore, it doesn't matter. But you can just click on this book right here, and it will take you to that site. Uh, at the bottom, I've kind of just discussed what standards we're going to be going over, which is basically what I would like you to gain from this. Ninth graders, I want you to be able to give me textual evidence to support your arguments. 10th graders, I want you to kind of develop skills of textual analysis and how they kind of develop over time in a book. Okay, now back over to task. The task just kind of discusses what three big things we're going to be doing in our web quest. First one is just kind of we're going to be making a concept map. I'll discuss what a concept map is later on in the process page. But you're going to be making a fairly large concept map discussing themes, symbols, and character relationships that you see throughout the book. And then second is after you've created those concept maps, I want you to provide examples from the text to support each theme, character, and symbol you included. Again, I want you to develop a convincing argument as to why each theme, character, and symbol should be there. Like, basically, you're kind of convincing me as to why each theme, character, and symbol works. So make sure there are thoughtful arguments and that they're well organized. And then once you've completed those first two tasks, I want you to prepare a presentation between 5 to 10 minutes where you kind of discuss your entire concept map. And by this time, I want you to kind of be an expert on your concept map. I want you to be very learned and have comprehended everything that we've kind of discussed about Night by this point. And I want it to be a creative presentation. And I've given you kind of some ideas later on in this web quest. The learner section just kind of discusses what skills are necessary for you to be able to complete this web quest. This is more for teachers who might want to use this later on with their students. That's for them to kind of read and figure out if they can kind of use this in their classroom. All right, now let's go to the process. Process just kind of is the steps that we're going to take to finish this web quest. So first, step one, obviously, we're going to read the book. Step two, this is where you're going to develop kind of a list of prevalent themes and symbols that you kind of notice throughout the book. So as you're reading, I just want you to kind of jot down some notes on maybe some themes you notice, maybe some symbols, maybe some character relationships. I want thoughtful answers, and also I just kind of want you to note where you got those so you can provide textual evidence later on. I also included some helpful links on where to get you started on choosing themes and character analysis. Step three is where you're actually going to make this concept map. So basically, you're going to create something that looks like this. And that's just kind of like a small example, but you're going to kind of go in depth with it. I've provided some links that are going to kind of walk you through the process. We're also going to go over concept maps a lot in class, and you also have a lot of kind of in-class time, so don't be worried. We're also going to be using the program Inspiration. I provided a couple links that go through that, and as well as this video that's right here. So make sure you watch that in its entirety. It will really help you. Step 4, once you've completed the concept map, obviously you're going to upload them to the project tab on my teacher website. And then this is where you're going to kind of provide your evidence that you noted earlier on. I expect MLA format, and I just want to kind of see how you developed your own ideas, and I just want to make sure it's kind of your original thought rather than you regurgitating some information from a website you discovered. Step 5, I just kind of threw in some ideas for presentations. I don't want like a boring PowerPoint where you're just reading from the slides. I want something kind of interesting. So I kind of provided you with some ideas such as like a digital scene, maybe a Prezi. Those are always interesting. A poster board, or even uploading a video to YouTube. And then the evaluation. This is where I've kind of provided you with a rubric so that you can kind of go through and self-evaluate as you're kind of completing each task. I mean, because I want you guys to know what's expected of you and not to kind of get blindsided. So, I mean, you'll know that you got to put in what effort you got to put in to get an A. So hopefully you guys kind of buckle down and do what you need to do in order to get that A. And that's kind of why I provided that rubric for you guys. Lastly, there's a conclusion. This is where we just kind of discuss what we learned, what you should have taken away from this, and I also kind of added in a little bit of some follow-up material if you were wanting to kind of fine-tune your analytical skills. I threw in a couple of videos of some of the basics that you kind of want to go over, and here are the credits to a lot of the sites that I use. So I mean, you can probably go down and maybe use some of those to give you some ideas for themes, etc. But yeah, that concludes our tutorial. Good luck, you guys, and I hope you enjoy the web quests.